There we go. All right, let's go ahead and minimize that because that's going to get pretty disorienting. Hey there, guys. Today we're going to be discussing lease to purchase options. So it's going to take me a few minutes to get some of this stuff ready. I just wanted to go ahead and get the podcast going so we can get all the technical issues squared away, and we can start here in just a second. So bear with me a second. All right. So I need to just a second. Come on in. Welcome. I appreciate you guys already joining. And there we go. So we are now live on both my business and personal page. All right, guys. So I do have access to the comments. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. Sorry, that looks pretty disorienting, I'm sure. What we wanted to talk about today is the lease to purchase option. So what this is, last time we had went and talked about hi Dan, thanks for joining. We had talked about the subject to possibility to where you can actually have someone sign over a property to you. They remain responsible for the mortgage, and then you're able to put a renter in, pay for the property using the renter, and then at the end when you go to sell it, it is yours basically free and clear after the mortgage is paid. So you inherit all the equity that's in the home, and you also get the monthly cash flow from the property. So what I want to focus on today, that's one way you can do a lease to purchase. That is one way that we have done a lease to purchase. But I want to focus on something that every single one of you guys most likely has access to do as far as a lease to purchase option. So if you guys own a home, you have the ability to do a lease to purchase option. So Tiffany and I, as most of you know, have just recently moved. We bought a new home and we kept our old one as a rental. The one thing that we decided to do was not do a traditional rental. We decided to go ahead and do. Hold on, just a second. Please drop them in the comment. There we go. We decided to go ahead and do the lease to purchase route. So what we did, as you guys know, we lived at 4011 Fox Run North in Spring Hill. We bought the house in 2013 when it was first built with Old South Properties. And hey, Austin, thanks for joining, buddy. So the property is appreciated tremendously over the last few years. It's actually what helped me get started in real estate investing. I took a home equity line of credit out against it because we had so much equity. Anyway, long story short, right now it's worth about $265,000. So on my screen, you can see that there's a purchase price for this property of $280,000. Well, I just told you it's worth $265,000. So what happened there? So first things first, we got an appraisal. Hey, Angela, thanks for watching. So on that appraisal, it does show that I was indeed correct on the value. The property's worth $264,900, and we had decided at that time that we were either going to do a rental or do a lease to purchase option. So what we did was we put it on the MLS for $265,000. And then put in the description that we would do a lease to purchase option if somebody was having credit issues or couldn't qualify for a mortgage or what have you, that we'd go ahead and do a lease to purchase option, that we would carry the note for the first 3 years while they leased it, got their credit situation squared away, and then we would let them refinance it within 36 months being the maximum. So if you look at it, the property's worth $365,000 today. Well, as you know as well as I do, that between now and that third year when they actually go to refinance, the property's going to have gone up in value. Right now in the Nashville market, we're appreciating somewhere around 7.5% to 8% a year, based upon the last report that was just released by the National Association of Realtors. So that's on our property. That's significantly more than $7,500 a year. But basically what we did is we added $7,500 to the price per year that the property was going to be financed. So in this particular example, the people who are actually buying this, we're going to be getting the check on Wednesday, and they sign the lease agreement or the lease to purchase agreement today. They're purchasing the property at $280,000. So as of today, they're agreeing to purchase that house for $15,000 more than what it's actually worth. And the reason why is because we've given them 24 months to actually buy the property from us. It will remain in our name, and we'll basically act as their landlord for the first 2 years. And then after that 2-year period, they have to refinance. So what does this allow me to do? So first of all, we'll go ahead and go to the listing real quick so you guys can see the house that we have in the way we had it listed. So here's our old house. As many of you who are watching this know, I see we've got 5 people now. Thanks guys for joining. So what we were going to do, we were going to either rent it for $1,750 per month or lease it for $1,750 per month with a $280,000 purchase price, again, which is $15,000 above its current value. And so we threw on here that it's a beautiful home, brand new paint, brand new carpet, etc., etc. And then right here's the kicker: traditional renting or owner financing purchase available. So that ended up getting quite a few people to contact me. And I was actually able to work out a deal with a guy who will be moving in February 1st. Again, they're dropping a check off on Wednesday. So what kind of check are they dropping off? Let's go back to this other document. So I took that back. I said a while ago we did 24-month. We actually did a 36-month lease for them, so, or at least a purchase option. So over the next 36 months, we'll be taking $1,700 a month in rent from them. The mortgage payment is right at $1,000 for this property, so we will cash flow $700 a month off of this property, and that's after insurance and property taxes have been paid. So think about this, guys. Just right off the bat, instead of selling it and getting all the money out now, we have now added this much profit to our the end margin for us. So we got $700 that we're cash flowing free and clear after every expense is paid, times 36 months. So we have added an additional $25,200 in revenue that we did not have simply by renting it for the first 3 years and then letting that same person go in and buy it after the 36-month term. Okay, so you can see that there's a huge benefit there. It's delayed gratification, right? You have to wait an additional 3 years to get that additional 25 grand, but I think any of us would agree that it's worth it. Now, the best part about a lease purchase option is that it's not really delayed gratification, because what has to happen is these people who would pay a higher amount for rent and a higher down payment have money on hand, but they have credit issues. Maybe they recently relocated from a different area or changed jobs and they don't qualify for a traditional mortgage, right? So what they have to do is you have to give a deposit, a non-refundable deposit at that. So we do 10% on all of our property. So on this particular property, we'll be getting a check on Wednesday. Hey, Ethan, thanks for joining, buddy. We'll be getting a check on Wednesday for $28,000 from this individual, of which basically just frees up $28,000 of our equity. So it's our money, free and clear already. So we can put it in there. We can go and use it. We can leave it in the account, whatever we want to do, right? The $28,000 is our money. And then we get the rest of it at closing whenever he actually closes. So not only do we go ahead and get $28,000 up front, but we also get an additional $25,000 just simply by leasing it to him for the first 3 years. So, is that clear as mud? So, it's a really great way, guys, to be creative in financing and make some additional money on a sale of a home. So, overall, this property will remain with us for the next 36 months. We'll get $700 a month in rent off of it, make an additional $25K, and then at the end, we'll be selling it for $280,000 when right now it's only worth $264,000. And all of this has been disclosed to the buyer, by the way. So it's not something that's shady. It's not something that you have to lie about. A lot of people are in a situation where, look, I've been in this situation for the last 2 years where my income will support a much bigger house than what I'm currently living in. But because I have a different type of income, maybe I'm self-employed or I just changed jobs less than 2 years ago, they can't qualify for a mortgage, but they have money to put down. So it's an option that a lot of people go with and a lot of people are looking for. Not only are you going to make more money, but you're helping them achieve the American dream by going outside the parameters of what a traditional bank will do. So, I mean, it's a win-win for everybody. Hey, Carlos, thanks for joining, buddy. So anyway, another thing that I want to put out here, and of course, we want to always help people. So the way that you become wealthy in life is by helping more people achieve their dream in the long run, you're going to achieve yours and you'll be successful in no matter what you're doing. So, we don't want this to happen, but I do want to play on a situation here, a scenario that is all too prevalent with these type of deals, and it's actually really, really good for you. You may think it's not, but wait, let me explain it. So this guy's supposed to refinance this after 36 months to his name. He's given us $28,000 down, and he's also paid us an additional $25,000 in rent. None of which, the rent, by the way, goes toward the purchase price. None of it does. It's all pure profit for you other than the mortgage you got to pay. So you take that, and then at the end of the term, let's say you're at 37 months, and they have not refinanced that property into their own name. Oh, hey, Carlos, Brian Jones. Oh, hey, yeah, thanks, man. That threw me off. My computer was really loud. I didn't expect that. If you, let me turn that down so that doesn't happen again. Hold on, guys. All right, there we go. If they do not refinance within the first 36 months, guess what happens? You can do this again with somebody else. What I mean by that is this 10% they're putting down does go toward the cost or the purchase price, but only if they close within the first 36 months. If it goes beyond that, that 10% is forfeited, goes straight into your pocket, and they can either continue to rent from you for $1,700 a month or whatever you guys negotiate, because remember, this is a 36-month lease. So after 36 months, they either go month to month and you agree to let them stay, or you raise their rent, which you would want to do because they've been in there 3 years and the rent hasn't gone up. So you'd probably end up raising it about 15 to 20%, because that's kind of the growth of the market right now. Or you can allow them, if they really still want the house but they're having issues, they put another 10% down. And guess what? The first 10% no longer goes toward the purchase price. So that $28,000 is gone, right? But the $28,000 they're going to put down the second time does go toward the purchase price. So again, guys, you don't want people to go that route, right? You're not setting out to screw anybody. You're here to provide a service or a help for people who can't qualify for a traditional mortgage. But you can see how this type of scenario can become very, very profitable very, very quickly. So if you guys have any questions, please throw them in the chat below. I'm going to wait just a few minutes and see if any of you guys have questions. And then while I'm waiting for some questions to pop through, if there are any, I'm going to go through something real quick that I'd like your guys' feedback on. So a buddy of mine and I are going to be starting a real estate podcast come Thursday. That's why the new setup. I know the last one I had, I was just basically talking to my webcam, and it sounded like crap. So we've invested some money in getting some equipment to make this sound a little bit better and be able to record these and make it quite a bit more professional. So the podcast is going to be centered on real estate and real estate investing. He is a commercial real estate developer, and as you guys know, I'm a real estate agent and investor. And so just wanted to kind of go over the outline with you guys real quick. This is not something I really planned on doing, but I would honestly like your honest feedback. And if you've made it to this far in the video, you're going to probably provide it to me because you're here for a reason, right? And I think I'm helping you guys grow in real estate and real estate investing. And hopefully you can help me grow by just giving me some feedback on what you guys think. So good, bad, or ugly, I do definitely want the feedback, and let me get that document pulled up. So again, guys, if you have any questions, please go ahead and throw it in the chat. All right, so I'm a huge Friends fanatic, and so one of the bits of comedy, if you will, that I want to kind of introduce to the show is I'm actually going to label each one of the episodes a title similar to what the Friends series had. So on this one, it's the one with the introductions. If you guys have ever watched Friends, you know that every one of the episodes starts with the one with, and then whatever happened during the episode. Well, this one's going to be the one with the introductions, and every episode hereafter is going to have that. So we are getting some artwork and the musical intro professionally made. Those should be here by Wednesday or Thursday, and we're doing our first recording on Thursday. On that note, I would ask also not just to critique what I'm showing you here, but also critique this video and the audio. I don't know how it sounds on the other end other than what I play on my phone after I get through talking to you guys. If I'm doing something that's annoying, whether it be cracking my knuckles, which I do all the time, or if I'm hitting the mic stand that's giving you guys some type of weird feedback, I would love to know it. And then let's see. Also, I'd like to know if you guys would like to see us as opposed to see only hearing us. So we're also thinking about doing a companion YouTube channel where you can see us like this, and we also do the podcast on video when we record it. So anyway, we're gonna do it. Basically, we're gonna introduce ourselves during the first segment. It's gonna be the introduction and follow up, and on later episodes. Sounds good. Natural submission. Thanks, Ethan. So on the on later podcasts, we're not going to have the introducing ourselves or anything like that. We're going to spend about 15 minutes. That's it. On the first episode, introducing who I am, who he is, and why we have the authority to speak on real estate and real estate investing. After that, we're never going to really mention ourselves or our companies again. We're going to really focus on the material and not self-promotion. So I know that I've fallen victim to it in the past where I make my Facebook page very, very business oriented, and I don't really do a lot of things that kind of show who I am as a person. And the podcast, I think, is a passion project for me because I have zero interest whatsoever in trying to toot my own horn or bolster my own brand, if you will, by doing the podcast. It is honestly just because I have had dozens, multiple dozens of requests from you guys to allow you to buy me coffee so we can go talk about real estate and investing and such. And honestly, I would love to talk to each one of you individually, but it's just not practical. I'm at a point now where I'm literally fielding. I can show you on my phone so you don't think I'm full of it. Look, I want to show you guys this. Just today alone. Oh, sorry, Seth. Didn't mean to call you. If you guys can see this, I don't know if you can or not because I can't see myself right now. But I've received, that's just first scroll, second scroll. Oh, that's just 10 a.m. Hold on, let me keep going. So here we are just back to yesterday, and we are about 37 calls in, and it's only 5:15 at night. So I've just got so much going on that it's very difficult to find time to go get coffee to talk about real estate investing. So this is going to be an outlet for me and for Seth to be able to help you guys. Yep, Seth, I didn't mean to call you, buddy. I'll call you back. And so this is going to be a very intimate setting with both of us. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff that's personally going on in our business, and then also things that are just specific to investing and to the real estate trade. So anyway, all right, I think I've harped on that enough. Let me get back into the comments, make sure I'm not missing questions. Okay, good. And then the segment 2 is going to be real estate or investment related topics. As you guys can tell, I'm giving you a little bit of a sneak peek into our first topic, which is going to be Zillow filing for its real estate license in Tennessee. That is creating quite a buzz right now in the Nashville real estate market. A lot of agents are scared that they're going to be losing their jobs or not making nearly the amount of money as they have in the past. So we'll be tackling that head on. And then secondly, talking about how Zillow is now making nearly 50% of all its profits doing flipping on houses. So it's not the flipping that I do, not the total transformations that you guys have seen from me, but they are buying houses at a little bit of a discount, putting paint and flooring in them and turning around and selling them for a little bit of a profit. So we're going to discuss that. And then lastly, a week in our shoes. Basically, we're going to discuss what's happened with us. Segment 3 is going to discuss what's happening with us throughout each one of the weeks. So that being said, we're going to try to limit it to about 45 minutes. Please, pause, look at the document, tell me where you think you might edit some stuff. Give me criticisms on the audio, how it sounds, the video, what you'd like to see instead of maybe us. Anyway, just kind of tell me what you think, and then we'll have an outro with the same music that's played in the beginning. So we're going to limit it to about 45 minutes, and we really look forward to getting this out there. I have not seen any questions pop up in the lease to purchase Q&A, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. If you guys do decide that you have any questions, feel free to message me or just leave them in the comments here, preferably. That way I can answer them in the comments, and then other people who may watch the video later can actually get the answers to any questions that you have. So guys, we appreciate you sticking with us. I appreciate you watching this stream, and I look forward to talking to you in a few days. Thanks, guys.